Have you ever wondered why these powerful people have such a strong bond with this venerable electric vehicle manufacturer? Come along as we delve into the fascinating history of the billionaire's fascination with Tesla and discover the driving forces behind their intense appreciation. According to a new report, billionaire investor Jim Breyer stated in a CNBC interview that Tesla has a major manufacturing edge over competitors, outpacing them by at least 5 years. Breyer saw this firsthand when he toured the production lines of many automakers. Before we get further into this conversation, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. So let's get started on this exciting adventure together right now. Notably, new hardware is now included in the shipment of Tesla Model Y cars. In addition, there has been a noticeable drop in Model 3 inventory levels in Europe, debunking the assertions of Tesla detractors who had claimed that there wasn't enough demand in the area. Troy and analysts' current estimation of Tesla's success is comparatively modest because they don't trust the numbers from the European market. But when comparing this quarter's similar period to last, Tesla's performance has outperformed forecasts, setting a new record for inventory levels. For the countries that report on a daily basis, this favorable trend is very promising. With 3 ships presently en route from China to Europe, Tesla is also doing well in terms of international shipments, guaranteeing a consistent supply. Moving on to the most recent information regarding Tesla shares, it seems that new hardware has been added to the Model Y. Reliable sources have verified the information that was disclosed in the Model Y inventory page's page source code on Tesla. Though it's unclear exactly what hardware 4 on the Model Y entails, it probably includes the same improvements as on the Model S, bearing any new cameras that might be added in tandem with the makeover. Images circulated show a lot of these new autos, while there are still some cars with hardware 3. The camera locations are the same as on hardware 3, however, there don't appear to be any parking sensors. This information has been verified by an additional source. Even while there is already a high demand for Teslas in the US, it is anticipated that the release of new hardware would increase sales even more. There are rumors that the Model Y performance version would support Steam games, which might cause an immediate spike in sales. Motivate, although Tesla Canada has acknowledged the new hardware's existence, there is currently no proof that the cars being transported from China to Canada have it installed. In the event that this is not the case, new car prices in Canada may be reduced or adjusted. In other news, NASDAQ has sent a notice of delisting to Nikola, a firm that plans to produce electric trucks, for not meeting the minimum bid price standards. This development emphasizes the difficulties Trevor Milton and the organization as a whole face. It's interesting to note that Nikola trucks move by using gravity. That being said, in contrast to the banking crisis, Nvidia's stock has increased by almost 25% today. Owner of both Nvidia and Tesla stock, Gary Black, believes that Tesla's partnership with Nvidia on Megapacks will be profitable, bringing in $20 billion a year. This would result in a $4 billion upside surprise in quarterly earnings, or a gain of $1 per share for Tesla if its energy revenues rise significantly. By 2024, the present 35x price-to-earnings ratio might climb by $35 per share. Given the enormous profitability of their Megapacks business, one could argue that Tesla purposefully conceals their income and profits from it. According to the CEO of Boston Dynamics, Tesla may have released the Optimus to deter smaller businesses from entering the market. If Tesla were to publicly admit that its Megapacks are quite profitable, they would undoubtedly see more intense competition. Even though this is still conjecture, it is something to think about. Gary feels that investors in Tesla stock have an opportunity because of Nvidia's breakthrough, and James shares this excitement. Unexpectedly, Jeff did not find a single mention of Tesla in a 144-page report he recently reviewed from Jefferies on AI and monetization. Even if my nose is a little clogged today, I can still smell opportunity. Interestingly, Gary observes that Nvidia is currently less expensive than it was 2 days ago based on the price-to-earnings ratio. Even if we can all feel a little left out, our time will come. For Australian Tesla fans, the announcement that FSD Beta will be arriving in Australia is fantastic. Furthermore, FSD beta is already present in 2 Tesla business vehicles, and there are rumors that at least 2 vehicles in Europe have this capability as well. We now have a fresh image showing off the Cybertruck's inside. Though the lens may distort certain parts, it still looks excellent in my opinion. Given that Germany is now going through a recession with a 0.3% GDP decline, this helps to explain some of the slowdown in Tesla sales there during the most recent quarter. Despite not being substantial, the fall has had an impact on the market. With the ability to choose the playback speed and experience a small player, watching videos on Twitter has never been more fun. According to Teslarati, sales of the Model Y appear to be increasing rather than decreasing, making it the best-selling vehicle globally. Tesla revealed with pride that the Model Y's new red color has 7 layers of paint on it. Seeing how the midnight cherry hue changes in appearance depending on the type of lighting is fascinating. It's by far my favorite hue, personally. One of Tesla's largest facilities to date, the new supercharging station, was just opened. In the meantime, Xbox is seeing a sharp drop in profit margins, the exact reverse of what Nvidia is going through right now. According to a credible brand poll, the new Tesla has dropped 50 ranks as a result of this announcement, currently sitting at number 62. Tesla is now ranked lower than Ford and a number of other significant automakers, including GM, Toyota, Honda, and BMW. Tesla still ranks well in the study despite the initial alarm over the decline, which makes the issue intriguing. Unexpectedly, Twitter has risen to the 97th spot on the list, above the Trump Organization, which is now ranked lower at 100. Considering the small number of organizations on the list, it's worth asking why the Trump Organization was listed in the first place. Remarkably, the study places automakers in the following order: GM, Volkswagen, Tesla, Toyota at number 6, Honda at number 13, Subaru at number 16, and BMW at number 4. This survey's inclusion of FTX, the corporation implicated in financial misconduct, may be its most notable feature. The stunning thing is that a business connected to a politician came in far lower than a real scam that conned people out of their money. I see why a political figure's business might be viewed with great animosity by half of the nation and with adulation by the other half or a third of the populace. But what really stumps my sensibilities is how a corporation that has embezzled millions of dollars and is hated by everyone can score higher than a company that a sizable percentage of the nation would unquestionably love, despite the fact that another half would vehemently detest it. Basic logic would still dictate that a corporation that is adored by half of the populace and despised by the other should be at the bottom, not in 99th position. The actual scores are another factor to take into account. 74.3, 62, and even at higher levels you still see scores in the 70s. Scores over 80 don't shown until you are at the very top. Therefore, even though the survey indicates that Tesla has significantly declined, the actual difference in absolute terms doesn't seem that great. Even though they may have drastically decreased, they still have a really high score. Warren raises an important point in this passage. Why did no other media outlets make the cut? I am unable to locate even one. We have CNN, CNBC, and MSNBC, for example, but Fox is the only one from that industry. It's interesting to note that Pfizer, which comes in at number 50, is also listed. I get the impression that they polled a greater number of members of one political party than the other. What else is intriguing, do you know? The firm that makes Bud Light is ranked 57th on this list as well. Permit me to introduce you to their approach. The most intriguing thing, in my opinion, is that this year, the survey's participant count was cut in half. Comparatively speaking, only 16,000 people were questioned this year compared to over 33,000 last year. It seems like the corporation disqualified half of the participants, maybe because it didn't want them to contribute. Naturally, this is just conjecture on my part, but this is how I initially felt. I'll keep looking into this because I haven't found any more information on it thus far. That being said, based on this survey, it appears that Tesla is still receiving favorable ratings, indicating that at least one group of people still thinks highly of the company. The feeling is still there, even though it might not be as strong as it was previously. It's important to note that the survey had 34,000 respondents in 2020, but by 2021, that number had increased to 43,000. Furthermore, Fox and Twitter have previously been near the bottom, suggesting some prejudice. Nevertheless, it is difficult to assess the degree of bias in the findings without taking into account CNN, MSNBC, and other traditional media outlets, which curiously also placed very low alongside Fox. We have now concluded our video. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, this is Tesla Stock News. See you in the next video.